Hey, Nickie Brown here, no matter where you are and no matter what part of the world you're in. I hope that you're having a good day. So, I just want to go over three things. How, uh-oh, how to maintain joy. Number one, um, let go of attachments. I'm sorry if it's a little hard to see, but let go of attachments. We really should not have attachments to people or things. Yes, you can have um, a desire to have someone in your life, but we have to learn to let go. Like, if you need to get rid of some stuff, get rid of it. If you need to, you know, remove yourself from a toxic person, you should do that. And you should be able to do that regardless of who that person is in your life. Um, and I know that that's challenging for some people, but it's how you maintain joy, right? You don't surround yourself by people who are going to call you out your name or manipulate you, control you. Some situations are not as easy to avoid, but whenever possible, you should let go. Let go, and as they say, let God. It'll work itself out. Sometimes people soften and they're not as um, mean or manipulative, especially our children. A lot of times, especially these millennial generation, um, they have a tendency to speak their mind in a way that can be very disrespectful. Um, they may yell, they may name call, they may accuse their parent of things that just aren't true, but in their mind, that's how they're perceiving it, or they're making it up in their mind just to justify their behavior. And so sometimes you have to distance yourself from certain people, or you have to go no contact. Whether it's distance, temporary distance, or no contact, it's totally up to you. If this behavior repeats itself, then you should probably consider going no contact. Because the only person you can change is you. And so if someone is exhibiting a behavior that you don't agree with and you don't want to, like, you shouldn't be arguing with people, right? You should accept people for who they are, the way that they are, and allow them to be who they are, the way that they are. And if they don't align up with what your morals, values, or sensibilities are, then you can keep a safe distance. This is protecting yourself, your heart, your mind, your peace. It's not that you're necessarily how do I want to say, like trying to be mean to that person, or trying to disappoint this person. Again, if this person is doing something that is verbally abusive, mentally abusive, emotionally abusive, or even physically abusive, you don't have to tolerate it. And you can choose to put yourself first, because you can't take care of anyone else if you're not taking care of yourself first. Okay, number two, we want to practice self care and self love. Right? Like I said before, you can't take care of anyone else unless you're taking care of yourself first. So, whether that be taking a bath, doing your hair, doing your nails, going to a spa, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, getting a haircut, a walk in the park, um, to clear your mind, um, whatever that means to you. Some people don't like the words, uh, the phrase self love. But again, you can't take care of anybody else unless you're taking care of yourself first. A lot of times, especially women, especially mothers, they have a tendency to neglect themselves, only do for the children. And I get it to a certain extent, but you don't have to sacrifice your own well being for other people. And again, we have a tendency to do that as women, because we're so nurturing. We feel like, oh, well, we can't nurture ourselves, but that's not true. Because a lot of times, we're expected to show up for everyone else, but then who's showing up for us? We have to show up for ourselves. And number three, um, how do I want to say it? Don't sweat the small stuff. We can only do what we can do. If there's something that you need to do or want to do and you can't do it, or you have no control over what's going on, don't sweat it. You can only do what you can do. Um, if you're going through a trying situation, because a lot of people have ups and downs. There is a very popular YouTuber called Noelle Randall, and she talked about how she had a successful real estate business, um, you know, lots of investment properties, and she lost it all and she had to move back home with her parents. But she didn't let that stop her, she didn't let that deter her. She continued to push forward, um, and she reestablished herself. And once she reestablished herself, she became a millionaire, right? So a lot of times we go through our Job moment, or everybody has ebbs and flows, ups and downs. It's kind of the cycle of life. You know, just like a Ferris wheel, the Ferris wheel goes up and then it has to eventually come back down and around. So sometimes you're at the top of the Ferris wheel and you're looking out over the world, or at least you feel that way. You're high on a hog, as they say, and you're really, feeling yourself. But sometimes that's ego, right? We can't let our ego get in the way, because sometimes if our ego does get in the way and we start to do things that are maybe um, not serving a good purpose in our lives, then we can lose those things, all right? Because we were operating out of ego and not out of compassion or integrity and respect for other people. And that's just one example. Sometimes this life gets in the way. Um, one decision could change everything. It could change it for the good or not so good. But throughout it all, one thing I highly recommend, find reasons to smile and laugh. And I know that that sounds crazy to some people, especially when they're going through something. But, you know, sometimes it's better to laugh than to cry. And if you need to cry, sure, get those emotions out. But don't wallow in it. Like, don't have a pity party and have that woe is me moment. Because a lot of times when we have pity parties, we attract more of that same energy to us. And it's more challenging to, rise above that circumstance or situation. So find reasons to smile, find reasons to laugh, and really enjoy life. You know, that goes back to that self care and self love, right? Even if your world seems like it's falling apart, you can find some reason to, to smile. Even if you smile at someone else, they'll smile back at you. You never know, somebody may be having a bad day, or they may be in a worse situation than you are, right? There's always somebody that's in a worse situation that you are. So sometimes when you just sit back and think about it, you have to be thankful and grateful for where you are. You have to be thankful and grateful for where you've come from. Because a lot of people have overcome a lot of obstacles to be where they are today. All right, so let go of those attachments, right? Stop holding on to people, places, and things that don't serve a good purpose in your life. Let it go. If you need to, you know, get rid of some stuff in your life, take the time, take 30 minutes to say, okay, I'm going to start small. I'm just going to start 30 minutes. Let me go through these clothes that I haven't worn in 5 years and donate them or throw them in the trash, right? If you have a toxic friend, family member, coworker, now, again, in certain situations, it's not so easy to just walk away. But if it's a coworker, you deal with them when it pertains to work, and you don't deal with them when it's not pertaining to work. You just completely remove yourself as much as you possibly can. Stay focused on the topic at hand. If it's, oh, you need this person to do something or help you with something, they do it, they help you, that's it. You really don't have any other conversation for them, and that's fine. Sometimes you have to be that way. But if it's someone that you have more, um, control to just walk away from, then walk away. Or at least distance yourself enough so that you still have your peace. And make sure you're taking care of yourself, loving on yourself. Give yourself a hug, you know, and don't sweat the small stuff. Because guess what? It's all small stuff. As always, I love y'all and I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Mwah, mwah, mwah.